The big issue we have here is, number one, why would you go into somebody's home and confront them like that? And number
Because
two,
I wasn't thinking straight.
and number
okay?
two, do you think it is all right to grab somebody in their own home on her deck like that?
As I said, I wasn't thinking straight.
On the 27th of September 2025, officers responded to a suburban HOA community following a neighbor dispute that crossed into criminal conduct. The responding officer's first legal action was a lawful investigative detention under Terry v. Ohio 1968. When the suspect attempted to leave, the officer correctly stated she was not free to go. A reported battery provides more than sufficient reasonable articulable suspicion.
Actually, let me talk to you real quick. You want to get there?
That they won't allow me to do.
What's that? Hey, ma'am, come here. Hold on. We gotta talk to you. So you can't take a walk over here. Here, come here, ma'am. Ma'am, I'm talking to you. Come here. I'm telling you, just sit tight here for a second, okay? Can you tell me what's going on? Why we're here?
Because they're provoking me, that's why.
What does that mean? What does provoking mean? Hold on. Whoa.
They want to make me the bad guy.
I'm talking to you, and you are not free to leave, okay? So you can't walk away from me when I'm trying to investigate if a crime occurred.
At my house,
no,
please?
we are here right now. So you chose to walk over here.
Mm-hmm.
I am now addressing you out here, okay?
Okay, fine.
So can you tell me what happened right now?
Yes. Last Sunday, between 4:30 and 5:30, they were making this obnoxious noise. As you can see, my deck is straight earshot.
Where do you live?
I live right there.
What number? What house number?
56.
So 56, and they live over here, so a couple hundred feet away?
I guess. I don't know.
Sure, okay. So what happened on Sunday?
I came over and told them that there were some rules in the association about making that noise. They said, you're new here, you don't know what you're talking about, we've been here 30 years. Basically, they could do whatever they wanted. They continued.
Okay.
Even with my windows closed, I could hear that obnoxious machine.
Sure,
Okay?
and this is all on Sunday.
Sunday night.
Okay.
Right, dinner time, can't be out on the deck.
Okay.
Continued all day Monday, even as late as 7 o'clock. Part of the day Tuesday. On Tuesday, we had a board meeting. I spoke to the president of our board, told him about this. I asked him, what could I do on a Sunday evening like that? He said, call the police. Well, that was not something I wanted to do. Okay? So when they started up again, Sunday at 5, now does that sound like they were intentionally trying to aggravate me? I think so. I came over to talk to her. She wouldn't turn off the machine.
Let's slow down. So what do you mean when you came over, you talked to her?
She was on her deck,
Okay.
making noise.
Where did you go?
On this side of the deck fence.
Okay.
I said, can you turn that off? Can
Well,
I
hold
talk
on.
to you?
Did you go inside her house?
No, not at that point. I was
Okay.
trying to talk to her.
So you were talking essentially outside where we were originally.
Correct.
Okay. And then what happened
She
after that?
wouldn't turn off the machine.
Okay.
She completely ignored me, pretended I wasn't there.
Okay.
I went onto the deck. I tried to grab the machine.
What do you mean you
don't-
went onto the deck? How did you get into the deck?
There's an opening right in front of those.
So there's a door to the unit?
No. There's. How you ask your companion how he got on the deck. There's a gate in front of the door to the house. Okay? There's a gate onto the deck. I went onto the deck. I tried to grab the machine to get her to stop and listen to me. She started yelling, don't touch me, don't touch me. Their dog was barking at the door. The inside door was open. I knock, knock, knock. There was somebody sitting in there. She saw me. I knock, knock, knock again. She ignored me. I opened the door. I don't remember if I walked in. I said, can I talk to you? Something like that. And then she started screaming at me. So I came out and I called you folks. And I went over there to tell them, I'm so upset. I went over there to tell them that the president of the association told me I should call the police, and I did not want to do that. Okay? That's why I went over there. But here we are anyway.
When you're grabbing the leaf blower, did you just grab the leaf blower or did you grab her
I had no
arm?
idea. I was so
Okay.
annoyed and aggravated.
So you were grabbing something.
I was trying to get her
Do you
to
remember
stop
if
and
you
listen.
grabbed anything though? Like, did you physically hang on to
I
something?
touched something. I didn't.
So you did grasp at something, is what you're saying? You
I
grabbed something.
tried to. I don't think I actually grabbed anything.
Okay.
No.
Do you
I
remember
don't know.
grabbing her arm at
I
all
do
to
not.
prevent her from trying to blow the leaf blower?
She was pointing it at me, so I may have done that. She was starting to point it at
Okay.
me.
Well, there is a mark on her arm.
Okay, then I guess I grabbed
So you
her
grabbed
arm.
her arm. Okay.
With my
the
broken
big
finger.
the big issue we have here is, number one, why would you go into somebody's home and confront them like that? And number
Because
two,
I wasn't thinking straight.
and number
okay?
two, do you think it is all right to grab somebody in their own home on her deck like that?
As I said, I wasn't thinking straight.
I'm just asking. Do you think that's okay?
I think if somebody's ignoring me,
Hold.
on
No. Do you think it's
I
okay?
did not go over there with
Okay.
the intention of grabbing her.
But you came over there to confront her about the leaf
No,
blowing. You
you
didn't.
I went over to tell them I didn't want to call the police.
Okay. And then what happened? But you said after
wouldn't
she
even
ignored you.
stop and listen to me.
But then you went onto her deck, onto her private
Yes,
property.
I did.
So does that make that okay? Where are we going?
No, I
Where are we
need a
going?
drink of
The
water.
We aren't
suspect's
going
entry
in.
onto the neighbor's enclosed private deck constitutes criminal trespass. Under Florida v. Jardines 2013, a home's curtilage receives the same constitutional protection as the home itself. A private deck accessed through a gate is textbook curtilage. Entry without consent, regardless of intent, is a criminal act. Battery requires 3 elements: intentional physical contact, without the victim's consent, that is harmful or offensive in nature. All 3 are satisfied here. The suspect admitted to grabbing the neighbor's arm. The officer confirmed a visible mark on the victim. The case was closed by the suspect's own words. HOA rules carry no criminal enforcement authority. The board president's advice to call police was legally correct. A civilian has no standing to enter private property or apply physical force to compel compliance with association
Where are we
bylaws.
drink of water.
We aren't going anywhere. I am stopping to talk to you, and I said you cannot leave because we are past the point here right now.
I confess. I went up on her deck. I tried to grab something to get her to stop making noise and listen to me. If I grabbed her arm, I grabbed her arm.
You can't do that.
Okay, I can't do it.
You absolutely cannot do that.
Fine. I agree. I can't do it.
Absolutely. Do you have your driver's license on you?
No, I don't.
Okay. I'm going to need your basic information. Okay? 95? Let me get her info first, okay? So I did have a
I get a drink
conversation.
of water?
Not right now. How do you spell your last name? After talking to her, she did admit to going onto her property and attempting to stop her. She did say that she grabbed onto something, and she did acknowledge that she obviously entered her property without that consent. So you do understand that you can't do that regardless, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so you committed a battery, okay?
And criminal trespass.
Battery.
And criminal trespass. You cannot grab somebody.
Okay, fine.
And you can't
I got
touch
it.
anybody.
I got it.
You do got that, okay.
Put your hands behind your
Turn your hands behind your back. You are under arrest, okay?
For heaven's sakes.
We are past this point, ma'am, okay?
Well, they must be loving this.
Okay.
Will,
Let's walk over here.
Just a moment. My husband
Where
has,
is he home? Okay, is he home?
he is home.
You won't be gone very long regardless, because you're gonna have to come back. You're not being held in jail, okay? You're gonna get your charges, your documentation, and then you're gonna go to your court date.
I can walk better if you're both not holding me.
That's fine, I'm just guiding you, ma'am.
Thank you.
I'm glad to see you're making light of all this, especially when we're trying to reiterate what you did is obviously not okay. You should call 911 regardless of what's going on. You aren't the police. You don't have the legal authority to go to somebody's house to do that. Let us do our job.
Well, I told you my intention.
Well, your intention and where you're at is different, so we'll go walk over here.
In the end, Karen was arrested and charged with aggravated battery and criminal trespass for entering private property and grabbing the neighbor by the arm, leaving visible marks. The officer receives an A-. His Terry stop was legally precise. His interrogation technique is methodical, producing a voluntary on-camera confession without coercion. Charges were announced before handcuffs were applied. force was proportionate throughout. The minor deduction reflects occasional inefficiency in redirecting the suspect's rationalizations, which prolonged a legally straightforward encounter. The suspect receives a D. She entered a neighbor's curtilage without consent, attempted to seize private property, and applied physical force, all on a theory that personal frustration grants enforcement authority. It does not. The sole mitigating factor. She cooperated with officers, did not resist arrest, and ultimately conceded her conduct on camera. The lesson here is direct. When a civilian substitutes personal action for legal process, the law does not recognize good intentions as a defense. Noise, provocation, and being ignored are civil grievances remedied through police, courts, or HOA procedure. The moment physical contact is made on another person's property without consent, the dispute is no longer about a leaf blower. It is a battery case. Now the question worth debating. The suspect had been tolerating this noise for days, insulted her HOA board, and was explicitly told to call police. Does that chain of events change how you see her culpability? She chose not to call. She chose to act, and the law responded accordingly. But where exactly did this situation become unrecoverable? The first visit, the second, or the moment she opened that gate? And consider the neighbor's position. 30 years in this community. A new resident walks onto your private deck, grabs your arm, opens your door. At what point does that escalate from a noise dispute to something you genuinely fear? Drop your take in the comments. Was the D grade fair or too lenient? And would you grade the officer differently? Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching. For even more police interaction and courtroom content,